So many days on this island. It's enough to drive a man insane. Make him talk to himself, or to an animal, or to some inanimate object. But that won't happen to me, will it, Wilson? Wilson? Wilson! Welcome to another edition of Ultimate Free DLC ARK, and I am Digger Jones with part 2 of the Lost Island story, and we start right where we left off in my little base here, but today we are going to do something totally different than we did last time. I had resigned myself to the progression, and this time I give into it completely. In fact, doing a transfer over to that sleeping bag that I put down during the last episode, one of the few good decisions I made, because this location, my friends, is the one. This is where we're going to make our best move. This is where we're going to start over and we're going to succeed today. It's going to be much different than last time. It won't be anything like last time. We are making good decisions. Whoa, geez, we got spit in the face and we don't have any weapons. All right, well, we're off to a good start now, aren't we? Alright, I'm looking back, and it looks like I lost that dude. But anyway, so this is the part where we go into grabbing fiber, punching trees, picking up rocks, and getting our pickaxe, and then getting all of our tools, and all this kind of stuff. In a second here, I'll show you why this location is so special. But one of the things, although the start might not convince you, is the lack of threats here. That Dillo is the biggest threat around right here at this location. And you can see he didn't even chase me that far. Another good thing is that there's so many rocks laying around, I don't have to really even have a hatchet for the rocks. I can just pick them all up. And so we're going to get our first foundation made. These are made from rocks that I picked up off the ground. Even though I did go ahead and make a hatchet, a torch, all of the standard things to get started and get that stone foundation down. That's how you know it's serious. It's stone. The last thing was just wood. We are a little bit more permanent this time. So we're going to go ahead and pick up our rocks, get our fiber. We got a second foundation down. We are ready to go. Put that bed down. Yep. And yeah, on the edge here, we're gonna be putting a lot of things here, because the other thing we're gonna put down is a forge. This is something that I didn't have on that other base that I made. I didn't have a forge, but I do now, because this location right here, oh, and we got a campfire, we got to have that. I had that at the other one, but we're going to need one here to get going with that meat, because we're going to be hungry in a minute. It's nice to have something decent to eat, and of course the box. We always have a box to store our stuff in. Keeps wanting to snap to the foundation, and I want to have it in a place that it's not going to interfere with any future base expansions that I'm going to do here. At least that's my thinking at this point. Like I say, we are basically following the progression. And as I say, this is one of the richest, safest meta locations on Lost Island. right here, and it happens to be on my back door. So we're gonna get that metal going here, because we have a big day ahead of us, and we're gonna need a lot of that metal. Okay, so after getting the metal going, it's time to get the smithy down. That's something else I didn't have on the other base, isn't it? Or any of the other bases that I made, because I didn't want to build up at that time, because I was trying to cheat the progression. I had no intention of building all this stuff with just primitive tools. Speaking of which, I'm done with the primitive pickaxe, and now we can get serious metal. Yeah, I had no intention of doing that. What I wanted to do is bring the stuff over from, say, Crystal Isle or whatever, and you can see how that worked the last episode. So we're doing things a little different today, my friends. Alright, we got into our box, and we are going to let out the canoe. We're going to go on a little trip, a little adventure in the canoe. So we're shoving off. And see that little speck on the horizon, that little bitty island? Kind of on the right side? That's where we're going. Okay, if I could put up the map, but you probably wouldn't even see it. It's such a small little place. And there, that gives you a little reference. There's the blue ob. Teasing, tantalizing me. And the lighthouse there. Two very prominent landmarks. Here we are. We are pulling up to this little island. I've never been here before. I just did a little research, found out about this island, which is fairly close to my base. Just a canoe right away. And we announce our presence by beginning to kill the local wildlife. I had kind of scoured out my local area for hide, and so I'm getting more. Now you see I got a crossbow. Big improvement. We didn't have one of those yesterday, did we? That might have made a difference if I wasn't trying to cheat the progression. But that is the progression, my friends, is you go from a bow to a crossbow, and from a stone hatchet to a metal hatchet, and from spears to a pike, although I did skip the spears stage this time. But yeah, we made a metal pike. And yeah, so we're clearing out and looking around here, and look, somebody else has already been here. There's a boat. Looks a little mossy and crusty, so it's been a while. It's just there for decoration. Totally not seaworthy. Not going anywhere in that boat. But it's kind of a neat little island here. And if you walk back in here, there is. This is pretty much what I came after, was this cave. This little cave here, where there's crystal. And that's what I needed. I needed a good spot to get some crystal. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get some crystal out of this cave. Just kind of looking around here. It's just kind of a neat little tiny cave on a little tiny island with the various crystal deposits. Doesn't look like there's anything else in here other than the crystal. And somebody left their litter in here. That looks creepy. Okay. Let's get our pickaxe and let's get some of that crystal there. Yeah, that's what we're going for. That's what we want. It's a little hard. It's so wonky though. It's kind of hard to hit and actually get the crystal out of this clump here. I'm crouching and getting on top of it, finally getting it. But we're going to get a bunch. At least enough to get all of the things that we want done. With the crystal. And since we're here, we're going to go ahead and get our first tame of the day. Yeah, we're gonna knock this boy out, or this girl, or whatever she is. At this point, I I'm still a little bit scarred from yesterday or the last episode, so I'm not. I'm feeling a little skittish about this, but I need a berry harvester, and parasaurs are really good for that. Really basic level tames. You might ask, well, why don't I get a trike or something like that? Trikes are slow, they lack stamina, although they can be tankier. They might have been able to help out in the previous episode, but we're not going to have those issues today, are we? Are we? I guess we're going to find out. But just in case, I'm not going to give a name to this thing. Remember our catchphrase, don't get attached. Yeah, and look up there, there's metal up there. So a person really could live on this island, this little bitty island. I mean, you got crystal, you got metal, you got creatures for hide, you got and meat and berries and trees and stone. I mean, you got pretty much all kinds of stuff here that a person could live on here. Oh, fun fact, the canoe. The canoe can also double as a preserving bin. If you look at the spoil timer in the canoe versus the inventory, there's a difference. Yeah, the canoe functions as a preserving bin. Fun fact there. Alright, so it's time to go back to my base after getting our first tame and getting our crystal. And kind of looking to see where we're at. Let's uncryo that bad boy. Give him levels and health, because we never know what we're going to run into, or do we? And it's time to get some berries. We are going to grind today. A lot of time spent grinding. Hours, in fact. And then I come around, we're going to tour around the base a little bit. Come around the other side of the lake. Activate the awesome spyglass, and look what we got here. Well, we got a Pegomastix. We need to take care of him. He doesn't want to play, though. He is running away. He hasn't taken anything from me, and I wanted to do a preemptive strike, and I'm going to do a preemptive strike on that thing, too. Yeah. Nobody's going to bother me while I'm doing what I need to do with these guys. Yes. Get us some chitin, baby. This thing's a 135 trilobite. It does not want to go down easy. But we're going to take it down. There we go. And where's that other one? There it is. Maybe if we shoot it. Alright, and that one's a 95. It's not quite as tanky as the other one, but it's still, these trilobites can take a licking. So we got some good chitin, and I get the bright idea, hey, instead of going all the way around, let's just swim across. I don't see anything down there. Let's go. Now, one of the things you can do on the parasaur is you can activate its radar, which I did there, and you might have seen the little red ping. Yeah, there are sharks on our tail. Yeah, that almost turned into a disaster, but we managed to gain the shore fast enough. So, disaster averted. Alright, we did a little crafting, we did a little more grinding, and look what we got there. 130 Pteranodon. That's what I want. Right there. Gotta make my way around the beach, keeping my eye on that Pteranodon, keeping my parasaur with me. And there we go. Bola. Tranks. Here we go. Up, whistle, passive. Okay. Thank you for trying there, parasaur. I still haven't named it, because a person can never be too careful in this game. And there we go. We have ourselves a Pteranodon. 130, pretty good level. Pretty decent stats. I mean, nothing too crazy. We're going to go ahead and get our hide gear on, too. Yeah, we've been gathering a lot of hide today, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Switch out our hat into our hide. And yeah, still waiting on that puppy to tame. It took a good while to get that going, and so I had time to farm up some hide and make some hide. And there we are. All right, we're going to go ahead and risk it. We are going to name Aviva. Welcome to the tribe, Aviva. Hopefully your tenure will last longer than all the animals yesterday. Still not naming the parasaur. Sorry. My track record with parasaurs has been too flaky. But we're going to put the parasaur in the Pokeball. Get that saddle on. And I'm a little heavy, so we're going to throw off the stone and the wood. Not bad weight, though. Yeah, you don't need any stone. We'll give you all the meat, though. We'll give you all of that. Because it's time to take flight. Here we go. Alright. We went back to our base and kind of did some more farming. And now I could go to that obelisk. But I have one more thing to do. One more thing to meet the progression requirement. Remember, I'm all about the progression today. We're doing it the way it was intended. And there is one creature here that I've never tamed. And I should have. And if you watched the video from last time, episode 16... This is episode 17, by the way. But if you watched episode 16, you saw that creature towards the end of the video, which reminded me how much easier things could have made. That's right, the Sonoma crops. Now you got to keep your feet planted while you do this, otherwise it'll run away. But we got that feeding in, and there we go. The Sonoma crops. I hope I'm saying that right. That's what he's going to be, Sonoma crops. Haven't named this guy either, but he is so cool. Look at that. I can fly. Look at him clinging to my back. Huh? Now that is in that Pteranodon tamed up to 198. That's pretty good. Look at that. Cuteness overload. Hey, if you don't like me, give a like for this guy. Even if you don't like me. This guy. Huh? Huh? He's a little cayman shy. Alright. Yeah. That is outstanding. Look, I'm flying. The landing, I got to work on that a little bit, but we're going to fly up here. And let's see what else we can do with him. We're going to fly and glide. Glider suit. How about that? Look at that. That is so cool. This could be a game changer, folks. The Sonoma crops. He can also scream and scare away pegos and seagulls and all the other annoying creature bugs. He's hell on bugs. All right, and I am eventually going to learn how to access his inventory while he's stuck to my back. I do eventually do that, but at this point in the advanced story, I'm still learning this guy. Like I say, I've never tamed one of these guys before. So here we go. We are now ready to head to that obelisk. Yep. And we got our hide gear on. We actually got a bonus from that thing that opened up on the Sonoma crops. Alright, so we build our little shelter here with our fireplace, our box, our bed, and a torch because it is cold. It is cold up here. Okay, it's kind of half wood, half thatch. It's kind of, for some reason, the construction is buggy. Yes, welcome to ARK. And so we're going to go ahead and head back home. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and head home. We're going to head by this castle. All right, nothing like last time. A lot smoother. Not as rough, but look at this guy. Give him a like, folks. Give this guy a like. And if you like, you can subscribe if you're not already. But if you don't want to subscribe, that's cool too. Thank you all for stopping by. And have a good one, and we'll catch you later.